Hello, my name is Ryan Sinclairis, and this is day 13 of Autism Awareness Month. And today, we're here to talk to you about two important words, patience and communication.
Nailed it. Very good. Thank you, Hef.
Why'd you call me Hef
Well, that's
for?
the robe. You don't get it, but they'll get it, some of them. So patience and communication are, when we do our presentations, we kind of, in the beginning, we talk about how important patience and communication are. So I'm going to start with communication because I want to talk now to people out there who have just gotten a diagnosis of... Am I keeping you up?
Yeah, you're keeping me up.
All right, I'll try to be quick. Who've just had a diagnosis of autism, and it's scary, it's intimidating, it's daunting. And one of the first challenges that you're going to encounter is communication. Being able to find out...
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Are you all right?
Pardon me.
All right. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You all set? A little bit of the bubbly? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, good. How to communicate with your child. How to understand what his likes, his dislikes are, the things that set him off, the things on the soundboard. And part of the key to that communication is a component that I've mentioned before, but I'm going to mention again, and that is getting a speech therapist. A lot of times, occupational therapy is something that you will be recommended for because people on the autism spectrum a lot of times have poor fine motor skills. Like Ryan used to go to the place where you learned how to tie your shoes. What was that place? Do you remember? Mm-hmm. It was CHOP, Children's Specialized Hospital,
yeah,
right?
Right.
And you worked with Miss Katie.
Yeah.
Right? Miss Katie's tuned into our videos. And you learned how to tie your shoes because his hands at a young age didn't have that development. Some nonverbal, perhaps, children with
autism
may also get ABA therapy. And that's all important. But the speech therapy component is really important. And when you think of speech therapy, before autism, I thought speech therapy was if you had like a speech impediment, if you had a brain injury and you were recovering from a stroke, you needed speech therapy. But that's not what speech therapy is in the autism world. In the autism world, it's more about learning to communicate. And that's where we were first introduced to the zones, right? The 4 zones of communication.
Yeah.
It was the zones of regulation, helped him communicate how he was feeling. Well, we've gone for 9 years. I've misrepresented how long we've been going to Miss Marcy, who is Marcy Fontaine at Princeton Speech, Language, and Learning Center in Princeton. We've been there for 9 years. And I can tell you that weekly for 9 years, that's resulted in Ryan being a wonderful communicator and enjoying humor. And right now, what are you working on with Miss Marcy?
Sarcasm,
understanding sarcasm. All the things that we think that our kids are going to pick up because the rest of us kind of pick up on our own. And a great example of something that I was thinking of, remember when we went to Belmar?
Yeah.
Right? So we went to Belmar, and I told you before how we made a picture book to get to Belmar. So we would go to Belmar, we would go to the beach, and then at the end of the day, we would say, okay, guys, it's time to go home. Well, Ryan was young, and he thought that when we said it's time to go home, that it meant we were going home to the beach house. So our beach house was now home, and that we were going to live at the beach house. So it was very upsetting to him because a lot of his stuff was still at the home here. But because I just used the wrong word and I said time to go home, he would get so upset, and we couldn't figure out why he's getting so upset to go back to the beach house because he was tired. You know, it was a long day at the beach. So it took us figuring it out, again, with speech therapy, figuring out exactly what it was. Oh my gosh, he doesn't know what it means. The speech therapist, she used to say to him at the beginning of the sessions for a long time, she would say, okay, Ryan, it's time to check in. Well, finally she realized Ryan didn't know what check-in meant. You know, he thought it was check. So it's little things that we say, they work on idioms, things like that, that really help them navigate into the rest of the world. So speech therapy is very important. Take that advice very seriously. I'd be more than happy to say you heard about Princeton Speech Language and Learning Center from our videos. They would be happy to have your business. It's not a commercial, it's an endorsement. They are wonderful and have been wonderful and accommodating. Okay, how are we on time?
5 minutes.
All right. The second part is patience,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Not like, what's patience mean?
Waiting.
Yes, waiting. Very good. Like you've been very patient while I've been talking a lot, right?
Right.
So the key with patience, especially in the beginning, we talked the other day, we talked about holidays and how there was a year between each event. And it took a while for Ryan to get used to the holidays and get accustomed to the holidays. Well, patience is also going to apply to any event that you do, any activity that you do as a family, whether it's going to a Trenton Thunder game. We have minor league baseball here in Trenton. We love going to the Thunder game. Well, the first time we went to the Thunder game, we stayed for an inning and a half, and then we left. It was just Ryan and I. Mr. Morgan gave us tickets. We went, and we stayed for an inning and a half, and then we left because he had reached a point where he couldn't do it anymore. It was, he wasn't prepared. It was too much for him. The next time we went, we stayed a little bit longer. Then there was a game where all four of us went. Well, my wife and I took 2 cars because we knew there may be a situation where one of us has to leave. Now, I realize you're in a position where sometimes you can't take 2 cars. Maybe you don't have 2 cars. But you need to be flexible and you need to be patient. And you need to know that it's going to take a little bit of time for people with autism, children in particular with autism, to get used to something. If you're going to a home and you know they have a dog and they have a very friendly dog who they're not going to put away, they're going to say, it's okay, he'll get used to the dog, and you know your child has a dog phobia, I'm not saying avoid the party, but go keeping in mind that you may have to leave early. And don't look at it as a failure. Because if you look at it as a failure, your child will look at it as a failure. But instead, if you say, wow, we stayed for an inning and a half at the Thunder game. You did it, right? Then the next time we go to a Thunder game, what's your favorite part of the Thunder game?
When I get to see them hit a home run.
You love home runs, but who's your favorite person at the Thunder game? And it's not a person.
Boomer.
Well, you do like Boomer, yes, but who gets the bat out of the on-deck circle? The dog.
Oh, Rookie.
Rookie, yes, exactly. He loves rookies. Always loved the bat dog. He looks forward to that. We've learned when we go to sporting events like the Trenton Thunder or the Philadelphia Phillies or the Philadelphia Flyers, what's one part that you don't love?
The national anthem.
Okay, so does that keep us from going? No. What do we do during the national anthem?
Get food from
we
the
get
food
we
stand.
get food. Okay, we go out, we get food, and Ryan's perfectly happy with that. So we're going to revisit those words. Obviously, he's very tired. He did a lot of work today, right? He did Miss Tantillo's science project, right? But we didn't get to English today. I'm an English teacher, and we didn't get to English today because I have to be patient. And I had to reach a point. We reached a point at 3 o'clock where we were done, right? And that's okay. And we'll pick up tomorrow, and we'll do our best.
We will.
Yeah. So I'm sorry I talked a lot tonight. Is there anything you want to say? You're a little sleepy tonight.
I know.
Yeah, and that's okay, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
What could I say?
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Well,
Want to say happy birthday to your friend, Jewel? Happy birthday, Jewel.
Happy birthday, Jewel.
And also maybe a shout out to your friend Isaiah from Atlanta.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he sent you the message.
Thanks for the message, Isaiah.
Yeah, and talk to you soon.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, be well, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.